Now, I do want to tell you about the person. I know I kind of pumped it up a little bit, calling her the master of the Elliott Wave. And some of you don't even know what that is, but you're probably going to find out here as we talk to Miss Jody Samuels. Now, Jody's been into the industry for a while. Her website is fxtradingedge.com. And you can see it at the bottom of the screen there. It's FX Traders Edge. I'm sorry, I said it wrong the first time. FX Traders Edge. Her name is Jody Samuels. Jody is the founder of FX Traders Edge, a coaching program focused on the Elliott Wave analysis and education for traders and investors. She's a former institutional trader for a U.S. investment bank with experience on Wall Street and Bay Street. And again, I don't want to brag, but I told you, Rodrigo put together some heavy hitters for this conference, some real people who know what they're doing, and this is another one of them. She's the author of The Trader's Pendulum, The 10 Habits of Highly Successful Traders, available on Amazon and published by Wiley. We're very happy and honored to have Ms. Jody Samuels with us today. Jody, how are you today?
I'm great, John. How are you?
Good. I'm fantastic.
You seem really on top of it all today. Very excited about what you've put on here, which is fabulous for traders.
Yeah, listen,
and Rod too.
Whenever, yeah, well, I was gonna say Rodrigo put it all together, but like I watch the comments and I see people like asking questions and then they're getting the answers they want, or at least like an answer that helps them. And I feel like, oh, we're providing a service today. That makes me feel good.
Yeah, and like you said, everybody from every single speaker, people can pick up a gold nugget here and there.
Yeah, sometimes 2 or 3. It just depends.
Yeah.
Like your trading style, like you're going to talk about maybe some of the Elliott Wave stuff that you were telling me whenever you and I had that call, and maybe somebody will look at that and go, "Oh, maybe that's the way I want." Something they never heard of before, a brand new thing. So I'm excited for everybody, not just for myself.
Good. Well, I'm going to go one step further. I'm going to show you the technology behind the Elliott Wave.
Nice.
Well, we're going to share my screen.
We're going to turn off our cameras and we're going to put ourselves on mute. If something goes wrong and you need us, just shout. We're here for you.
Okay, that's great. You can see my screen. All is good.
We can. I see a simple timing tool to find trades.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks a lot for that introduction. I'm going to get right into it. So today we're going to talk about a simple timing tool to find trades using technology to our advantage, which is very exciting because technology is really dominating the world, and we've been able to use it in our trading with our strategies. Now, John mentioned that I'm an Elliott Wave person. Yes, I started working on Wall Street a long time ago in the 1980s with JP Morgan, and I started trading on the Forex trading desk. I was a foreign exchange trader, and I've been trading this whole time. And using Elliott Wave analysis, looking at the market cycles and determining what the next moves are going to be using Fibonacci. So I'm going to give you a simple taste of it today by showing you our timing tools, which are targeting the ends of these swing moves. So I think you're going to be really, I think you're going to like it. Well, here's my disclaimer, but you've already seen a disclaimer. So I'll skip to this. So this is my book, The Trader's Pendulum, and it's about the 10 habits of highly successful traders. So what I did, this book came out quite a while ago now in 2016, and it was just like a brain dump of everything that I thought I knew about trading. So it's still applicable. And the 2 things that I just want to talk about briefly first are the third habit is about setting your goals. So setting your goals, that's really, really important when you're trading. You have to know why you are trading. So what are your reasons for establishing a trading business? Is it to have fun, to be part of a community, to make some money on the side? Well, that I consider to be a hobby trader. Like, you really need to get more serious about that and become an entrepreneurial trader. Is it to reach a certain income level? Is it to reach a certain value in your portfolio? Is it to be able to purchase a vacation or retirement property? In my case, right now, it's about supporting my daughter in her GoFundMe campaign. She has had medical challenges. She's 31. She's had medical challenges her whole life, but in the last couple of years, yeah, she had, a few things happen that uh, require medical attention and a lot of funds. So she decided to start a GoFundMe campaign. So this presentation, if you like what I have to offer, I'm going to be offering the tools that you can buy. All the money is going to go, well, my portion of the money is going to go towards her GoFundMe campaign. So that's my why. That's why I trade. Really, right now it's for my family and in particular for my beautiful, wonderful daughter. Okay. The other thing that my book talks about is the title is The Trader's Pendulum. So when we think about that, we think about the market pendulum, the financial pendulum, and the emotional pendulum. So the market pendulum is about the markets moving up and down in swing moves. So we have trends and we have corrections. And I'm going to show you my market map, which explains the market movements. And the financial pendulum is about making and losing money. Like everybody can lose money, but it really depends on how much. You don't bet the farm. You don't bet everything that you have on one position. And you've heard a lot about that today. Money management, risk reward. You've heard all about it. Well, it's all true. I'm here to tell you it's all true. And the emotional pendulum is what traders go through every single day. Like I've had to work on this a lot, but I see the emotional pendulum as a like we tend to go from fear on the one hand to greed on the other hand. When we're making a lot of money, we get into greed mode. When we start losing, we get into fear mode and we're afraid to pull the trigger. So we want to be balanced. And how do we get balanced? Well, one idea is to have a trade plan and to really be cognizant of every single trade that we're taking. So let's just start with the market map. And this is the emotional pendulum trading the market cycles. When we start off, when a move starts off at point 0, this is the end of the trend. It's the start of the beginning of a new trend. We move up in a trend. Now, Elliott Wave has 5 waves. The numbered waves are the trend waves, and then the corrections are the lettered waves, A, B, C. Well, when we move up and we get into the O zone, greed takes over. Traders are optimistic and exuberant. They tend to load up. And this is not the place where you should be loading up. And then what happens? Then we have a huge correction. And this is where the traders are bailing. They're panicked and discouraged. They're fearful. So I'm going to show you this market map in so many different markets right now, and we're going to discuss it. And then I'm going to show you how we have a tool which can pinpoint this point and pinpoint this point. So it's very exciting what we've been able to do with the market map, because let's face it, trading is about catching the trend and not being the game hot potato, not being the last one to hold the potato before the market turns. So, and also trends, if you notice, I have channel lines around the trend moving up. So the channel lines can be drawn, and as soon as we break down through the channel line, that is also one indication that we are ready for a correction. So this is where we need to be taking profits, and this is where we need to be getting in. Now, Warren Buffett says, be fearful when others are greedy, be greedy when others are fearful. The contrarian, that's being a contrarian, and that's absolutely what this 8-wave market cycle is all about. So what we're going to talk about how to trade with confidence, the end of trend trades using a simple tool and a trade plan. We'll go through the end of trend trade setup, how to identify it with our indicator suite and scanner tools, how to get out near the top when others are buying and get in when others are selling. And then at the end, I'm going to show you special pricing for the Elite Scanner tool and indicator suite. This is important to learn because emotions are the Achilles heel for traders. So you need a system that removes the emotions. You need to filter out the wing it trades. You know what those trades are? And if you're planning to subscribe to services, you need a foundation first. So most traders don't have objective rules for a trade plan. That's really, really important. So write out and follow the rules and trade it like a system. What process do I follow to give me confidence as a trader to pull the trigger and manage my trades? Let's get to it. Just briefly, my system includes 3 parts. The first part is the analysis. That's looking at the market map and seeing where we are. Are we moving up in a trend? Did we just trigger the trend? Have we reached a top? Are we close to frothy levels? Do we need to reduce our position? Do we need to get out of the market and just wait for a pullback? And that's our initial analysis. And then we use our strategy to fine tune our entry and exit points. And third is trade management. That's really, really important. And you learned about it from the last speaker, managing your trade, getting out at certain levels, and having a risk reward that makes sense. You don't want to risk a lot if your reward is going to be really, really tiny. This is the market map on the left that we just discussed. On the right, this is our Wavy Tunnel Pro setup. So Wavy Tunnel Pro is our strategy. The Wavy Tunnel Pro is the strategy for reading the market cycles. And I'll just tell you a little bit about this. This is the awesome oscillator on the bottom. And we label the peak in the awesome oscillator a wave 3. And then the market corrects for a wave 4, and then the market moves higher for a wave 5, and we have divergence in the awesome oscillator. When we see that, that sets off a warning sign to say, okay, well, maybe we've reached a top, maybe we will go higher, but we're seeing divergence. And sometimes you can see, if it's a very strong trend, you can see a double divergence and even triple divergence. But when you see this, and then we use our maybe you use a 1, 2, 3 reversal to make sure that the end of the trend is confirmed. Well, we'll go more into that a little bit later. But this is the Wavy Tunnel setup, basic moving averages. The 2 black lines, that's the tunnel, and these are all Fibonacci averages. And the pinks are the wave, and the green is the filter that follows the price movement. So this is our moving average setup. The other thing that I have here is a 1, 2, 3 reversal after the market moves up and then corrects for a wave 2. Once we take out the high of that wave 1, that's a confirmation that maybe we're entering a wave 3. And wave 3s are very, very powerful. And you can enter on small pullbacks because the wave 3 is usually the strongest wave of the 5-wave structure. Not always, but it's usually a pretty good point, part of the wave cycles to make some good money. And then we have the massive sell-off, which is here. Now look what happens. When we have this massive sell-off, we move down to below the tunnel. And I'm going to show you so many examples. You're just going to blow you away. So let's identify this end of trend with our indicator suite. So here is the market map. So can you spot this pattern in the following charts? Get this market map and print it in your brain. Can you spot this pattern in the following charts? Right. Well, the first chart that we're going to look at is the SPY. I want to just talk about the SPY and show how I analyzed this market. Initially, this was the top of the market, and the market moved down for a correction, and our signals gave the first buy signal here. And then I thought, okay, maybe the correction is over. You always think that the correction is over and that we can move higher. But in Elliott Wave terms, if we don't move higher in a 5-wave structure, if we only move higher in a 3-wave structure, which this is a 3-wave structure, then that means we're going down again. So the first correction could be called an ABC. But then if we move up in a 3-wave structure, it becomes a little bit complex. So then it's a WXY. So we moved up in a three-wave structure, and I'm thinking, okay, we're going to do another leg down, another leg down. And so this is a WXY pattern. So how do you tell again that the price is going to continue lower? When you're expecting the market to just move higher and you see a corrective move up, like a three-wave structure, that means, okay, this is called the bull trap. That means we're probably gonna go lower. This is called the B wave, the bull trap. Okay, and most people are bullish up here, but it's a trap. Okay, so then we got another buy signal down here, and I thought, okay, great, maybe this is the bottom. But I didn't know. I was actually, yeah, I didn't know. Okay, so this is what it looks like with our indicators. The purple is the biggest swing move. The gray is the next level down, so it goes purple, gray, yellow, and then the smallest swing moves are the red and the blue. So 5, okay? Purple, gray, yellow, and then the red and the blue are for the trend moves when you're in the trend. So this is what happened. We got the purple, we broke down through the channel, we got a W, we had a correction, a three-wave correction up, and we had a Y. Second buy signal. But then look what happened after that. We moved up again in 3 waves. And then I thought, okay, this is going to be a complex correction. We are going to do a WXYXZ. And I spoke about this in every single presentation that I did, that we would do it, you know, that we're in the middle of a WXYXZ, like a major corrective pattern. And that's exactly what happened. But look what happened at the end of the Z. This is when I said, okay, I don't know any other Elliott wave pattern that goes deeper than that. WXYXZ, that's got to be it. Like, I don't know what comes after Z. Nothing. This has to be the bottom. And look what happens. We get a purple arrow. So this was pretty exciting for me. And yeah, I really thought that this could be the bottom, because what comes after Z? Nothing. I'm joking, but I mean, part of it is true. And then this is the daily chart scrunched up. So we got to here. So we called this a market bottom, key bottom. And this is the current market. We consolidated, and what most market players looked for was a break through the highs here, and we broke through the highs and we moved higher. And this, I took this screenshot yesterday, and look what we have here, a purple arrow. Now we're stretched here, so it didn't mean that we couldn't move higher initially and this would repaint to the right, but I thought, well, let's take a look at the smaller time frames and see if we're going to have a correction, because we are very stretched. We're stretched away from the moving averages. And when we're so stretched from the moving averages, we need to come back to the moving averages. And we're very stretched. And today we're selling off. But okay, so this is where we are. Now, a few things. Once the wave crossed above the tunnel here, that was also an indication that we were once again in an uptrend. So when the wave is above the tunnel, we are in an uptrend, and that's exactly what happened over here. And this is where we are on the weekly. So look at this picture to the left, the 8-wave market cycle. We have a purple arrow at the top, and then price comes all the way down to below the tunnel. What did I say? Below the tunnel. And we got the gray on the weekly. Okay, the purple on the daily, but we got the gray on the weekly. And this is called our breakout 4 trade after the ABC correction. We got the gray. So I don't need to count these waves. I don't need to do it. I just did it for the S&P all along because it was a very steep correction. But I don't typically count the waves. I'm not a consummate Elliott Wave counter. I hired Elliott Wave analysts, you know, to sit by my side while I was at the bank, and I'm a trader first. So I needed a tool to tell me, okay, when is the end of this correction? And this tells me this is the end of the correction. So the weekly chart says the same thing, that we bottomed at the gray arrow. Now, this can continue to move higher, or it can correct and then move higher, or it can we can have another complex correction. I don't know. I can't tell you in advance, but I can tell you that I did, that this was the bottom. So this is a 5-minute chart. This is the same pattern, the same exact pattern. We have the purple, we have the gray, and we have divergence in the awesome oscillator. Price makes a new high, the awesome oscillator doesn't. So this can be used for day trading as well. This is Apple. Look at this pattern. We have the purple arrow on top. Look at the gray arrow. This said, okay, we're at a bottom here. We're at a bottom. Now, you don't just buy, you do want some confirmation that it's going higher. We'll talk about that a little later. You want to look at the candlestick patterns, and you want to maybe look at a smaller time frame for a 1, 2, 3 reversal. Here's since many people trade Apple, let's look at the daily chart. Now look to the right. This is Apple without the indicator suite on it. Now, I don't know about you, but I really got used to these indicators. I just love them. I love them. It shows me the ends of the major swing moves. I'm an Elliott Wave person, yes, and I love to see the ends of the cycles, the market cycles. So over here on the right, it's pure price action. It's okay, but on the left, this gives me a meaningful target for the sell-off. And when we move up here, it tells me, okay, this is the daily chart. We're going to turn around, and I don't know how far down we're going to go, but we're going to turn around. And then down here, it tells me, okay, this is a major bottom. So this is what the indicators are saying. Now, here's another one, Tesla. Look what happened down here. Now, I put these are called the bungee lines. This also coincides with the yellow going in the lower reversal zone. It doesn't go in the lower reversal zone over here or over here or over here. This is the first time it goes, and this is the first time the gray prints. It did not repaint. So yeah, that was a beauty. Here's another one, Microsoft. Again, we go to the lower reversal zone here, not over here, but over here. We always, the ideal trade is going below. Now, this is just the indicator suite. Wait till I show you the scanner to find these trades. Like, all of these lit up at this time. And now look at this. Yesterday, when I printed this out, we had the gray on top, and we're also stretched. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe we have some kind of a correction now. Maybe we're ready to have a correction. AMD, same story. Look at how beautiful this is. Great trend move up. First time we got the gray arrow. First time. Yellow is in the lower reversal zone. Now, look how we got the gray arrow. Maybe we're seeing a temporary top, and we need to have some kind of a correction after this strong move. Here's another one, NVIDIA. Look at this. This was a purple arrow. We came down. Now, I hope you're looking at this pattern. It's the same exact pattern. And we got the gray. This was the buy. Now we have a purple, which, because the price just shot past this, and this went from purple to gray, and this went to purple. We had a price acceleration, and now we're correcting a little bit. Yeah. And also, this gray, first time we're in the lower reversal zone. Didn't repaint from here. It did not. Euro. I mean, this works on anything. So those were stocks. The euro. Okay, same pattern. We have the purple. We didn't get a gray here. We have to go a little bit lower before we get a gray. So maybe it's not over yet. Okay, that's the daily chart. But we can also look at this on a 15-minute chart. On a 15-minute chart, you tend to go from purple to purple. And one thing about these indicators is they're always opposites. So when you have a purple up here and the wave crosses down below the tunnel, you can expect a lower purple. the same thing here. You can expect a higher purple. So when we completely cross above and below, you expect opposites. Now over here, I don't know what to do. I do know that one of our trade setups is to trade long up until above the tunnel. That's called our PW fill the gap trade. Well, let's look what happens. This was yesterday, and today I printed out the 15-minute chart to show what happened after that. This was the end of yesterday. So we did go above the tunnel. We got a gray. So I would not have gone short here because I can't go short there. I have to wait for the gray. And yeah, we got the gray, and then we came down. We did not make a new low, and then we started to head back up again, and we got the upper purple. So another one of our trade setups that we can scan for is this purple, gray, gray, and then we look for an upper purple, like so you can get in down here. Fabulous. Now here's dollar yen. Here we have, this is a daily chart. So again, we have purple, we go to purple. Now we have a gray. So I'm not sure. We have a gray. So this just tells me that we're probably going to come back down into the wave, and then we'll see from there. But this is a nice little pattern. We had 3 red candles moving down and then sideways. I look at that price action in waves of 3. So a correction is 3 waves. So we had the initial trend and then a sideways. We could come down to the wave here. That's possible. And here we go. This is the 5-minute chart from yesterday. Same sort of pattern where we have a move down and then a sideways. So now we're looking at 3-wave move. So looking at this pattern, I printed this off yesterday. I said, okay, it looks like we can go down for the initial 3-wave move, and that's consistent with the analysis on the daily. And let's look what happened today. Okay, so this was where we cut it off. We had the initial move down. This is called a measured move, by the way, where you have an initial move down, a sideways market, and then you can project the next leg. So it definitely did the 100% of this. So it did go down, and we got the lower purple arrow, but this was the initial target of this move. Dollar Canada, well, this tells me you really don't do anything. I live in Toronto, and this is pretty sideways to me. This is the daily, so if anything, you can play the range until we break out of the range. Play the range until we break out of the range. So how to confirm the market reversal, you're probably asking. Well, you want to look at the visible high or low on the chart with a 1, 2, 3 reversal pattern. You want to look at candlestick reversal patterns, long tails, engulfing patterns. You want to look for awesome oscillator divergence, and you want to look for a trend line break. So all of these things you can look at to see if in fact the purple arrow is going to confirm a change in trend, or the gray. Like, you can look at these things. So this is the 1, 2, 3 top, where we label this 0.1, 0.2, market moves up without making a new high, and then starts to trade down, and we take out 0.2, and we're in a correction down. And if 0.3 makes a new high, this pattern is no longer valid. Now I look at this on a smaller time frame. I definitely go down to look at it on a smaller time frame. So I was showing you weekly and daily charts. I would look at it on the hourly chart or the 4-hour chart. And if I were day trading, looking at the hourly chart, 15-minute chart, I would look at the 5-minute chart for the 1, 2, 3 reversal. And this is what it looks like. 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, we trade down below this, and then we continue lower. And for the upside, same story. Okay. Now, we also have a reversal candlestick pattern down here. This is a long tail. So whenever you have a long tail, when the market is moving down, it means the sellers are initially in control, and then the buyers come in and we close the market in the top third of the candle. That is a buyers in control candle. It's called a hammer. And then we have a small bodied candle followed by an engulfing candle. This is where the body of the candle engulfs the previous two. Actually, it engulfs the previous 5 bodies. And that's an indication that we could go higher. Looking at the Apple chart, so you would do the same thing. You would take these swing points and you would look for 1, 2, 3 reversals. Like just look at this and look at the candlestick pattern as well. So we have a long tail, kind of a shooting star, maybe, not really. The body is maybe too long, I don't know. But we do have a 1, 2, 3 reversal here. Now I told you I would probably look at the 4-hour or the 1-hour with this, but it is a 1, 2, 3 reversal. And that just provides you with confirmation that we are, in fact, going lower and that we're not going to take out the highs. And then we can look at here's another 1, 2, 3 reversal pattern where we have the gray and then we have the blue dot and an opposite blue dot, and then we start to trade higher after that. That's one good thing about these indicators, because the 1, 2, 3 reversal, even though we don't have dots on this pattern, if you went down to the 4-hour, you would probably see dots also. But a 1, 2, 3 reversal is price action. If you're looking at the price action, which is fine. So now I want to show you how we can use the Elite Scanner tool and the indicator suite, the scanner tool, to find the setups that I just showed you. Okay. This is Trade Station. So we have our scanners on Trade Station, Motive Wave, and MT4. MT4 is the Forex trading platform. Right now we're having a trading competition where about 130 traders are using our tools on the MT4 trading platform, and they're having a blast. But this is Trade Station. I personally use this for stocks. I love it. And you can see, let me just quickly show you what how to read this thing. So if you look at the last 2 columns, we have the ready and the signal, I sorted by signal, and I'll tell you what that is when we look at the chart. So I sorted by signal. So I'm going to show you these charts, but this is the breakout 4 pattern that we looked at with the 8-wave market cycle that I showed you on wealth charts. I was showing you wealth charts. The indicator suite shows up beautifully on the wealth charts. We have our indicator suite on wealth charts, Trade Station, Motive Wave, MT4, and Trading View. So here we are where the signal just triggered. It's a 1, it's a 1, this is a short, it's a 2, and this is a 2. I usually, on the weekly, since this is a weekly scan, I'm looking for longs. I'm not looking for shorts, but I'm going to show you what I saw when I ran this scanner yesterday. When I ran it on the weekly, the daily, and the hourly, and it is very telling on the hourly. And I'll show you in just a minute. So let's look at the first chart, ALB. Now let me just make sure, ALB, yeah. So I'm literally just taking those 4, but I'm not showing you the short. ALB weekly. Well, look at this. We have the purple and we have the gray. I put the circles below the dots because they're not arrows on Trade Station, they're dots. So I just put the circle above and below. We get the purple, we get the gray. This just came up, like literally I ran it yesterday. So this is telling us, okay, watch for this. Maybe look at a smaller time frame and see, this is a good candidate to go long. Okay, look at the same pattern. It's the same exact pattern. Here is PAYX, paycheck, same pattern, purple dot, gray dot, just fascinating, okay? And if you sorted by, if we just go back up here, if you sorted by ready, okay, PAYX, that was ready at the same time that it signaled on the same day, but ALB was ready 7 candles ago. So 7 weeks ago, basically, but the signal just occurred now. Now, let me show you what the signal is. The signal is when we go above this 12 EMA. That's what this filter line is, the green. It's the 12 EMA. When we close above the 12 EMA, that's the signal. Okay, that was just my way of doing it. Easier than a 1, 2, 3 reversal. When we closed above the signal line, that was our signal. And then RJF, Raymond James Financial, same thing. We have the purple dot and we have the gray dot. So again, how do you enter this? Well, you can enter on the price action. You can enter, like once we move up and close above the filter, you can certainly wait for a pullback. There are various ways to enter, and you can move down to a smaller time frame. Now, I'm just going to show you a few others. Okay, so Apple we looked at already, and this is how it presents on TradeStation. Same chart, purple dot, gray dot instead of arrows. Tesla, we already looked at this too. Same thing. So this showed up on our scanner. That's what I'm saying. It showed up on the scanner to go long. Apple showed up on our scanner to go long. How many candles ago? This many candles ago. And we hit the third target. These little green hatch marks are the targets. So we hit the third target. These are Fibonacci targets. We hit the third target right up here. Okay. Tesla, the targets are based on this. Tesla sold off a lot. So the targets are based on from here to here. I should probably refine these targets a little bit, but they're just pretty well taking this to this. And I think it starts at 50%, 61.8, 78.6 of this move. But look at this. This is a fantastic move. Here's Google. Same story. Okay, we had a bit of a consolidation here, but I was pretty confident that this would hold, and I did structure a position around this. I had to wait very patiently until it paid off, but I was very confident in this. In fact, I took positions in everything that I'm showing you right now. Now, let's look at the daily. So the daily is very interesting. Again, I only look for longs. What I noticed using this tool is sometimes the weeklies all kicked in October of last year, like on so many charts, like 50 stock symbol, more. Like there were like 50 opportunities. It was really confusing. What do you take? So, you have to decide what you're going to take. And then once there are no longer weekly opportunities, there are a lot of them, well, the weeklies do retrace and the opportunities show up on the dailies. So I'm going to show you a few of these daily charts now. The ready signal occurred 2 days ago for the first. I'm not sure what I printed out to show you. I'm not sure, but the ready signal, this is in days, so showed 2 days ago, the ready and the signal, all of these were yesterday, basically, yesterday. And then these, you can also look at the ones lower down, because if they signaled lower down and they're continuing to move higher, you can buy on the retracement. Like you don't only have to take trades based on these signals. These are telling me that we had the major correction and we're probably headed up. Okay, so let's see. Dover Corp, same pattern. Got the purple dot, got the gray dot. Yeah, I mean, it's just giving you an opportunity. This is interesting too. If we look left, this was a purple dot over here. We had the gray dot above the tunnel, and this was a short. This came up on the short, but I wouldn't have taken it because I just don't, now I just don't take the short positions. Yeah, I just don't. But if I'm long and I wanted to keep something, I could buy a put if I'm seeing it topping. So we came down and we got a purple down here. Then we moved up, and now this is in the uptrend, and we got the gray down here. So it's just, it works both ways. Here is ITW, another daily chart. We get the purple dot, we get the gray dot. Again, when what I do is I look at 3 different time frames. I look at the weekly, the daily, and the 4-hour on my trade station. That's when I'm scanning on the weekly or the daily. That's what I have as 3 charts. So I do a top-down approach, and I always look at the weekly first, then I look at the daily and the 4-hour, because that's like, you know, what I want. I want to see what's the 4 hours doing, the smaller time frame. So that's what I do. And I'll also look at the hourly, but I have 3 charts that I'm looking at with my TradeStation scanner. Okay. To decide if I want to take anything. Now, here we have, look at this. We got the purple dot, and here we got the gray dot. This was gray. Okay. We got the arrow to sell. We did hit we almost got to the 3rd profit target, but we didn't make a new low. We did not make a new low, and then price turned around. And what did I tell you? I told you that corrections move in 3 waves. This is only a 3-wave move. So had I been looking at this, I might have said, okay, we have a 3-wave move. And then when I saw this and this, and we would take out this high, I would say, okay, that's the end of the move, and we're going to go higher now. So we did have a short signal there, which I wouldn't have taken because I'm not taking short positions. And then we moved higher, and we got the purple arrow or the purple dot, and then we had the major correction. So we went from purple to purple. The wave crossed the tunnel. Once the wave crossed above this tunnel, this 90 to 95% of the time, we get an upper purple, unless we start to come down again and we make a new low. That's the only other, you know, possibility that can happen. So we get the upper purple. And here's Lockheed, same story. Purple, purple. Okay, so you get the picture with this. So this is the TradeStation scanner. Same thing here. Same thing. I mean, it's just same thing. Same old, same old. Now, look at this. This is the hourly scan. I did this yesterday. Look at this. They're all shorts. They're all shorts. It means that all of these stocks signaled had reached their profit, you know, initial profit targets. They were all signaling with the gray dot on the top side. So I said, oh my, I think we're ready for a correction. And that's what happened today. We had a correction, especially in, you know, the tech stocks. Not in, you know, RTY. That's another, that's something else altogether. But we had a correction in all of these stocks. Like, it's crazy. So whenever I see all reds, I use that as an indication to, you know, take note and to do something if I have long positions, hedge or get out, or, you know, this is really important. I've seen this happen over and over and over again. So I just wanted to show you that. Okay, I just want to show you, let's just look at motive wave, and then I'm going to show you MT4. Let me see if I can teach you something. What can I teach you? Okay, well, this is a motive wave, and one of our scanning criteria is the purple arrow followed by the gray and the gray. So I can run a scan on it to show the purple, the gray, and the gray, and this is where I would buy for the next move up for the purple. Now, this is interesting because this is an Elliott Wave move of 1 degree. This is a 3-wave move. So purple, gray, gray, purple is a 3-wave move. So that means that I don't really have to know if we're in a major trend or not. I can see that I can trade 3 waves all the time. I don't have to trade a 5-wave move because I can trade 3-wave moves. I can trade corrections. So this is when you have a 3-wave move like this, you have a 5-wave sequence for the first leg, and then you have a 5-wave sequence for the second leg. Okay, but in between, oh, this looks like 5 waves, but in between you have a 3-wave move. Yeah, it's difficult to see. It's not very clearly defined, but the whole structure looks to me like it's 3 waves, and it's also pointed out by the purple followed by a gray and a gray and a purple. And this is a great little scanner that works. You can do it on any time frame. So even if you're a day trader, you can scan for these and capture the momentum of the move, which is very exciting. Here's NASDAQ. This is the hourly. Now look what happens here. Okay, we have, I mean, we've been in a very strong uptrend for NASDAQ. So on this hourly chart, and it's a strong uptrend because you can see that the wave is above the tunnel, the price is above all of the moving averages. Price is above the wave, and the wave is above the tunnel. We had buying points. Now first we did the analysis on the bigger time frame to see, okay, where can NASDAQ go? So we had some targets about the bigger picture, but so being bullish means that you want to buy the dips, and this gave a great opportunity to buy the dips with these gray arrows on the 1 hour chart, on the hourly chart. And then we hit a purple. Okay, we hit a purple, and this also coincided with some of our a target. So I don't know how deep this correction is going to go. Maybe we come down here. Maybe we're there right now. I didn't look right, in the last I don't know, hour or so. But this is where once we go below this wave, I would, say that we're probably going down to this level. Okay. So that was NASDAQ. Here's gold. So once again, look at this on the left. We had the purple. Now Motive Wave would have shown us gold popping up on this 4 hour chart, purple, gray. So a buy here, and then we hit the purple up there. So once the wave crossed the tunnel, we expected an upper purple, and then the wave crosses down below the tunnel. We expected the lower purple. So yeah, and you can scan for these purple and these gray arrows. You can scan for any one of these. Okay, let's talk about MT4. So MT4 is a platform that you can trade. You can trade stocks. Well, Forex, cryptocurrencies, and CFDs. So like the SPX, so the dollar index, so the indices. Okay. If you are in the US, you can't trade stocks. You can trade stocks through our funded program because it's structured a little bit differently. You can trade everything through our funded program on MT4. So this is what the scanner, the radar screen looks like. And I picked out 2 trades yesterday. Okay, 2 trades that I took on my personal account. Now I mainly trade stocks these days, but I said, well, if I'm going to show this, I'm going to look for the trades, and I'm going to take the trades if I see something. So I did take these 2 trades. And let's have a look at them. I sorted by the symbol. This is the radar screen. It has the daily, the 4 hour, and the hourly. And I think I'm showing the Euro New Zealand first. What I noticed here was that we had a few trend line breaks, and on the hourly, we had a low number here, 4, which meant that we had a purple arrow. So let's just see what I was seeing. It's the new, yeah. Okay, this is the 4 hour. So I was looking at the trend line break. Yeah, the trend line break. Okay. So we have 2 trend line breaks here. There are 2 of them here under on top of one another. We also had this is our setup. Well, we don't have the purple arrow up here, but we have the gray arrow down here. I did do a top-down approach and I thought, okay, I think this can go higher. The other thing down here, by the way, we had a yellow trend line break with the yellow arrow. This is all automated. I didn't draw this. And this was the target. It did go higher, but this was the initial target that it presented. Okay, so it does show targets as well. So let's see what happens. I printed it out today. And yeah, so it did trade higher today. Okay. I just did it for, yeah, so it did trade higher today. I set my profit target, it was just a one-off trade. I set it here, like at the top of the wave. So I'm out of it now. But I just wanted to illustrate that the scanner does pick up these trades. Here's another one, the Euro Aussie. Now this is very interesting. This was a trade. I picked this out because we had ones on the H1 and the H4. Ones on the H1 and the H4. Okay. A 1 means we have a purple arrow, and we have the multi-time frame indicator down here, which shows us white dots. So it means that on 3 time frames, this is the hourly. So one higher, the 4 hour, and one lower, the 15 minute, we have these purple arrows. So, and we had the trend line break. So I took this trade too. And again, I got out at the top of the wave. It was a price to wave trade. I was just doing it for my own, purposes to make sure I saw 2 trades, I took them, and that's that. But I wasn't going to carry it as a swing trade because I'm really focusing on my stock. So I just did in and out, basically. So this I picked up from the scanner, like in 5 minutes. And I said, wow, I really like these. So yeah, I took them and they worked. So getting back to selling high and buying low, okay? Selling high and buying low rather than buying high and selling low. It's about training the brain to do that. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotional frenzy up here. Like it just really is, when we break through levels and the market is really bullish, no matter what you're trading, and then suddenly the market reverses and you're sitting there holding the hot potato. So we have to train our brain not to be patient and to write out a trade plan, and not to be impulsive and to buy at the top. Believe me, I've done it. Like I traded for so many years and I've had to work on this my entire career. Okay. But now I have my indicators, which help me out a lot, and I love them. All right. So now I'm going to show you special pricing for the Elite Tanner Scanner tool and indicators. And again, this is going to my daughter's GoFundMe campaign. Jackie girl, you are beautiful. Okay, Wavy Tunnel Pro platforms. So the indicator suite and the scanners, as I told you, are on MetaTrader 4, TradeStation, and MotiveWave. And the indicator suite without the scanners are on TradingView and Wealth Charts, and also the top 3. And I'm also going to get them on NinjaTrader, but we're not there yet. Okay, so the Wavy Tunnel Pro Elite Tool Scanner and Indicator Suite, understand how the markets trade in cycles, use our proprietary combination of cycle high and low indicators with momentum indicators to warn of market tops and bottoms. Let me take a drink. Okay, my throat is scratchy. Works with stocks, futures, ETFs, Forex, and cryptocurrencies. Works for day swing and position trading. Find precise entry points for option strategies. Embrace the suite of professional tools to trade like a pro. So what you're going to get with this, the indicator suite, and I'm giving you a really nice price. We don't usually do this without the education. I have a really a fabulous educational program. So what I did was I created, I don't know how many videos, 3 or 4 videos that I put into the website where I just summarized, summarized everything basically. For the education part of this package. So it's really like the second time that I'm doing this ever, where I'm offering the tools without the training first, okay? But you are getting training. So you're getting Elite Tool Scanner training, you're getting live training sessions on the Key Wavy Tunnel Pro trade plans. You're getting a dedicated Discord channel. You're getting a one-on-one coaching session with me. I'm also a trader's coach, by the way. So I work with traders all the time to develop their trade plans, and they're accountable to me. I'm offering monthly office hours to discuss the setups and answer questions. So we have a lot of support with this. So for the Wavy Tunnel Pro Elite Tools and oh, sorry. Okay, I offered this at Wealth 365. Okay, sorry. Just ignore that. This is for, I said I offered it once before. I apologize for SMS. Anyway, the links are good. I didn't notice that. I really do apologize. So MT4 Trade Station and Motive Wave for 6 months, $497. Okay, so you can use these tools for 6 months for $497. And if you just want the indicator suite, we got you covered. So we have the indicator suite on Wealth Charts, and we have it on TradingView, and it's for 1 year, $497 for 1 year. So these are our special offers. You get the scanner tools for 6 months, and you get the indicator suite for 1 year. And the offer is posted in the chart, wavytunnelpro.com/SMS for Summer Market Summit. And that's it. That's my presentation for today. You can always email me if you have any questions. I didn't see any questions. So I didn't answer.
There's no questions. There's actually one comment here, and you probably won't do it because you're too nice, but I'll put it out there. This is from John. John said, I took Jody's training course a few months ago in April. It's actually really just a couple months ago. It was incredible. What I learned dramatically improved how I trade the markets. It was the key to consistent success for me. I can now read the markets myself and have never felt better about my future in trading. I couldn't provide a higher recommendation. That is not me saying that. My name is John, but that is not me saying that. That's somebody in our chat. I think everyone can see it, but you couldn't ask for a better endorsement than that.
Oh, wow. Thanks, John. Thanks for saying that. I didn't plant him here, I promise you. But yes, John did take my training. Yeah. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. And he did. Yeah. And he did want to go to this week. So I did correspond with him to give him the link to make sure he could go to your wonderful, Summer Market Summit. So,
well, that's a great recommendation. I mean, when you educate somebody, teach somebody, and they're willing to, like, I see some quotes sometimes, that great course or something like that, but that guy wrote a lot of stuff. I think that goes a long way whenever somebody looks to find out if there was value in what they were buying, you know?
Yeah.
So great job, guys. That was Miss Jody Samuels telling us all about the Elliott Wave, telling us, John says, she didn't plant me. I've been here for the past few days. As the other John has said, I picked up a few that's me. I picked up a few nuggets that have helped me improve what I'm doing already. Awesome, John. Awesome. So there you go. You did not plant him. He's actually truly a student of yours. Been here for a few days, and he's telling you guys how great Jody is. Jody, we dropped a link inside the chat for everybody, and a great presentation. I'm super happy that you decided to join us and you were able to make time out of your schedule. I know how busy you are.
Thank you, John. It was great. I enjoyed myself, and thank you, Rod. It's been great.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Jody. Can I ask you a question?